Yeah, Dan, I liked you. You said more of a disaster, admitting that the current government is a
don't even
in that generational cost of living crisis. What's happening to the NHS? Partygate, because the Prime Minister has been fined at first lawbreaker. But look, Dorsey Dowden overlooked the fact that Labour are standing more candidates in these local elections than the Conservatives. Labour 5,324, the Conservatives 5,273. So there isn't a pact with the Liberal Democrats. I personally think there probably should be to unite the progressive vote, but also Dorsey Dowden should acknowledge that from 2010 to 2015, his party was in a coalition government with the Lib Dems. Then from 2017 to 2019, it had a deal with the Democratic Unionists in Northern Ireland to stay in power. Then at the 2019 election, it had a deal with Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party, which didn't stand candidates against the Conservatives. So it's all like chaos now. You know it is. Parties get exhausted in power. You look at what's happening with the MP in Tiverton, Honiton, who was looking at porn, but he said he really fancied tractors. You look up in Wakefield, the Tory MP there was having to stand down because he was found guilty of molesting a teenager. Sleaze is back in a John Major level. Labour and other parties aren't blemish-free, but it's particularly infecting the Tories. You look at what's happening to the economy, you look what's happening to public services, and before you go on about if you have a pact and you get to an election, you have a coalition, there'll be broken promises. Look what Boris Johnson is doing with his manifesto from 29. He's shredded it with a national insurance increase, tax rises, including corporation tax, cutting international development when he would stick it. You could go on and on and on. Now, if Britain wants change, it's probably going to have to be the anti-Tory parties, and there's a majority of Brits who are anti-Tory, somehow working together. Perhaps not formally,
Epstein, I don't think Brits want that. I don't think Brits actually can stomach the idea of a Starmer, Rayner, Davies, Sturgeon, hodgepodge. I mean, Angela, that is a nightmare.
It's an absolute nightmare on so many levels. I mean, it's classic Kevin that he makes the point by pulling the Tories apart rather than making the point of what the Labour and Lib Dems would do for Britain. Remember, this progressive vote, if it exists, is not some kind of bunch of lard that you smear here and there where you feel like putting it. You know, we're people. We go into the ballot box and we think about what's going to be good for us. I say lard. I mean, I'm also a long-haired, ginger-headed, northerner called Angela with a big gob. So, I should really be aligning myself with Angela Rayner, but I don't. But that's for a whole different conversation. My beef, two levels. First of all, setting aside that we don't need the instability of huge change at the moment. That Keir Starmer, it's a cliche, couldn't run a bath, never mind run a party. And my beef with him goes back to between 2015 and 19. This was a man who campaigned robustly to put Jeremy Corbyn at number 10. Now, I don't just say that because of the anti-Semitism. I'm Jewish. That was a very personal, deep hurt on so many levels. We don't need to cover Corbyn now. If that's where his judgment is kind of focused, then that's somebody who really doesn't understand what the British people want.
Kevin, he wanted